Hi everyone. Okay, so this is my first video where I'm explaining something about how to set up a guitar properly, and I'm very excited because everything is new with this kind of material, so I hope you will be indulgent with my English and with the time I take to explain things properly. Okay, so I found several references across the internet about how to set up a guitar properly, regarding the neck, curvature, the bridge, screws setup, and so on. But I've never found someone that is explaining things, by ear. It's always about measuring the height of the strings and so on. I think it lacks feelings, because when you play, you listen to the music you play, and at the same time you want it to be about a bit more chugging, or looking at the solo you want more snapping the treble strings and so on. You rarely have an idea of what you want to achieve, and you don't know how to turn the screws a bit more or a bit less, and so on. So in this video I'm gonna set up the guitar while playing my backing track. So I'm a huge fan of Arch Enemy. Bloodstained Cross is a song which is very convenient for this kind of video because you have a lot of different parts in it. And for this purpose I'm gonna play this guitar, which is a Dean guitar with a short scale, like a Gibson SG, for example. You can see there is a bridge with 2 screws, okay? I don't know if you see it properly. So that's the usual bridge you find on most of the Gibson guitars, and you have conventional tuners. It's not lockable. And yes, you have the truss rod here. So there's 3 screws, the truss and the bottom screw, the top screw, and that's it. Okay, so let's start. If I have something to add, I will talk while playing. Enjoy. Okay, here we go. So, in order to tune the guitar, we have the guitar in the position that we play it, which is important because most of the time there is a different bending of the neck which changes the setting and the intonation and everything, so you have to keep the guitar in the position you play it. I have my pick, which is a Dunlop sharp pick, 1mm. Following the pick, it's different, and following the tuning of the strings also is different. When I'm playing in D standard, I take a harder pick, which is 1mm and 14, but when I'm playing Arch Enemy stuff, 1mm is enough, because in C standard and sometimes in B standard, things are very slacky and interesting, so I want the strings to respond differently. So the pick, the guitar, where you're gonna hear the electric sound most of the time, but sometimes I will just use my microphone for the vocals, also for the guitar, just to make you hear the resonance and the mechanical unplugged stuff. Okay, so regarding the amp, I'm gonna use it while playing the backing track. So there's a boost, a wah pedal. The wah is important just to make the solos shining, and it's you need to tune everything with the effects as well. I think the amp, the out of the preamp is sent to the EQ pedal just to remove the bass, boost the mids just before the line input of the audio interface. So that's just details, but I want to say everything in order. And I'm going into Cubase with just my cab simulation of a 4x12 Rondal in Overloud H3, and just after that I'm using a reverb pedal just to make rooms for solos, and then a limiter. Regarding the audio recording, I've just lowered the levels of the guitar just to avoid saturating with the backing track in the headphone. So I lower the guitar and I lower the backing track in my audio player. So that's it. So now I start the recording. Top. Okay, now it's recording. So you hear the tone of the guitar. When I'm using the wah, and when I'm using the reverb, so without the reverb, with the reverb, okay. So the guitar currently is seated approximately in C standard and so on. I'm gonna reset everything and show you. Important, the tools. So we have 3 screws today. That's the simplest thing to select for this kind of guitar, the truss rod, and both of the bridge screws. So we need this thing for the bridge, okay? And we need this thing, which is hexagonal thing for the truss, and that's it. So I reset everything, and we have a tuner. These things are called tuner in English, and this thing is also a tuner. Show you. Okay, the tuner. So I reset everything. Okay, so we are below the C standard we want. Now I unscrew the truss because I'm not using that much constraint in the neck, so I don't mind if I unscrew it because there's not that much move in the wood. Okay, so that's not a danger, but I advise you to be careful with the truss. If you have a very constrained truss, just remove it slowly, a few days and so on, but it's not my concern here. So I'm just unscrewing everything. I was almost without any truss adjustment because the C standard is that way. Now I lower the bridge because I prefer to start with a low position. That's because the most higher the bridge is, the most problem you have when you're picking the strings regarding the intonation, the way you pick it and so on. So I prefer to start low. The strings are hold, but I don't care because for the purpose of the video, I just want the strings to be a bit used, not to change every time the tension in it when they are fresh and so on. Okay, so that's just the setting part. So I lower the bridge. Sorry. I think the bridge is quite low and there's resistance in the screws, so I'm not gonna lower it anymore. Okay, so the truss is reset, the bridge is reset, everything is reset, the strings are reset. Now we want to play in C standard for the backing track. Okay, so the first step is to quickly use a tuner to get the C standard like tone. Okay, so we're gonna do it often because every time you change something, you have to redo everything. oh, it's almost done. That's a joke. So now we are gonna play the song just to see what's happening. We're not touching the intonations. I will tell you why. Okay, so let me just shut the volume. I'm not touching the intonation here because look at this bridge. It's a thin and cheap version of the bridges you can find, for example, in Gocho and so on. They're wide. Here it's so small that you just have to maximize the G string here, the next one here, here. So you have just 2 lines. You don't have room for intonation setting in that bridge, so it's okay, don't touch it. Just make 2 lines, okay? Look at the internet if you want a sham, but not touching the intonation. So we just have something that is reset. Now I put the backing track. I will try my best with the song, just being honest, and see what the problems are together, okay? So here's the tone again, doing the backing track. So it's not intonated, right? The action will correct it. So I play the song. Okay, that's it for now. So what do we have to do? We have to make the strings ring better. So the first thing to do is to put a bit of a string in the truss, just to say to the guitar, hey, I'm here, but I'm not that much here, okay? That's just to protect your neck against too much curvature. That's it. Now, the bridge. It's really important to have something that's ring intonated and with that snapping, you know? So it's too low, so this is not ringing properly, you know? That's freezing somewhere, and that's not fretted. So I just... Now it's okay. So that's the lowest position for that side. And now, okay, so the first hint, when you want to make the balance between the top and the bottom, is to unscrew as well the other screw until you feel, you know, you just have, for example, a roller. You feel that feeling that there is something that is not bent properly. The neck here is that kind of thing. The strings are making the neck curved, and you don't want that much curve. You want a bit of curve because it's gonna make the strings harder and very good for doing so, okay? But you don't want that much curve. So just for the roller, I will unscrew the bottom screw until I feel it's easier, okay? And then I feel a different resistance. So when I put my hand, that's satisfying experience. Now I just tune again the guitar using the tuner. Okay, play it again. Just the first step is just doing it roughly. Okay, I stop it. So you hear there's still a problem of height because we are very low, and at the same time it's too slacky, you know. I'm used to more strain in my neck. I want the power chords to ring. For example, you know, if I'm playing something like that's not even in tune because it's too low. So now the second step is to give it something magical, you know. I just turn the screw and feel it, you know. I want to feel it, so I turn the two screws together. There is more room. Now we tune again the guitar, important. That's a bit better for the mood, but that's still not in tune, you know. I cannot permute it correctly here. This string. I'm not sure that it's too low. Just use on your mind, huh? And just raise the strings again. It's coming. Oh, I like that tone. Okay, so the strings are ringing better, but they are not balanced. So we're just gonna feel what's going on. I think it's too smooth here. I need more height, I think. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna raise the bottom just to raise the other, you know? Just to feel what could be done. I think it's better to lower it anyway. Okay. It's easier to tune. Okay, that's maybe not the perfect setting, but it's a setting, you know? It's hey you now, just to keep something. I cannot even bend the string because it's too low. So without the backing track, you just have to continue raising the strings until you feel there's something, and then you fine tune with the backing track. Okay, so I raise again. Okay, tune again. You know, sometimes just raising a bit. And it's easier now to tune. I mean, that's not high now, I think. You want, in fact, what you want is more tension. You want to turn the tuner of the top strings more. You want more string in the string, but you have to compensate with more height, and everything changes. Because you reach the pitch, but you don't have the feeling that you snap the string you know? So I just raise the... You feel it's easy to turn the screw because there's room regarding everything, you know? At some point, we will have to adjust the truss once there is enough tension to make it pertinent. Again, raising something. Small variable. Okay, let's straight. Let's try the backing track. Let's stop. Okay, so let's make a debriefing of what I've done. I've played the first part. It's maybe not that right, but it starts to fit the song, you know? The solo is... It's that much too easy to bend the strings because it's not high now for me, but it starts to be a good setting. So we're not going to do it again, but you follow everything? Okay. So once you want to adjust things, For example, the truss. What do you need? Okay, hear it. I lower the tension because I want more snapping. I want to be hard on the pick, have less pitch here, you know. I immediately feel that it's not stronger now when picking, but the tone is right. So I want more action here, okay? But I'm not sure I don't have to just do a truss adjustment because I want things to be relaxed, you know. I don't need the truss at that point because there's not enough strain in the string, okay? It sounds huge, you know, but it's not in tune here. I really feel it's smooth in a good way. Okay. It's too explicit sounding. Sorry. Feel it? Good. Yes, I need more height. Do it again. You know, do you hear it? It's round. It's maybe too high for the bottom. For some songs it's okay, but I think it's too much what I've done. But you know? It makes things here easy because it's you know, but when you want to, it's too, it sticks to the pick too much. I think it's too high for the overall action. So now we've overtaken the right spot. We need to just realize that there's a compromise. You want the action to be low enough to be fast, even if you buzz in a disgracing ways, but you don't want that much. Okay, so I'm gonna, don't know in which order is best, but we're just gonna see if the truss is not helping. We need a bit more constraining to the neck maybe. So just the golden roll. Okay, so now the tone is changed. We need to load the bridge to fit the overall setting. No. Excuse for the interruption, but I've performed a bit of settings, but they were not good. So I decided to stop the video now and to make an outro where I'm explaining what you have to do when you are blocked with the setting, to don't give up and continue the next day. Okay, so what is important when you have something that is not okay? You low everything and you try again. What was wrong in the video during 20 minutes was about the action, which was too high. So I've done several things which were emphasizing the string intonation in a way that I was, whoa, that's cool, but it was not good for playing. And I wasn't able to quickly spot the problem just to show you the solution. So I want to express the solution, which is there's different approach where you look at me, I have the guitar here, I just play it. It's round sounding, so I know that with a few hours without touching the instrument, I really understand what is going on because I'm used to the tone, but when I'm playing and setting the guitar, I'm not back enough to realize things. Okay, so just saying, take your time, do the right approach. Sorry if I've not done what I was promising to do. Maybe the truss in another video. It seems that in C standard you really don't have to make that much truss rod adjustments. The bridge was quickly okay, even if it's lower. Most of the time you play, and at some point you're so good in your playing style that you want more, and when you want more you can rise. Okay, but keep in mind that at some point it's counterproductive because the truss is not properly set, you know, so you have to try something, adapt the rest, and then to be patient to play again and again. So I was thinking I could show you directly the right solution in a straight line. It's not possible. For years I was hoping to do so. It's never the first time. So I think what you've heard in last was good. Okay, so it's okay. 30 minutes and you have a good setting. That's it. Don't be too greedy. But I know that for sure, the few days coming, I will do better settings. Okay. So thank you for watching. Please comment and tell me what you think about this kind of stuff. Like if you want, if you like. And see you the next time. Bye.